Hey everyone, this is Jenny Garcia, and this is a process video using the Citrus Twist kits Mischief and Mayhem kit. And I'm using one of the digital papers to create some transparencies. Actually, I use two, but in this video, I'm only going to use a spiderweb pattern. And this is a new project that I've had in my mind for a while. It's every year my kids love to dress up for Halloween, so I decided to create an album with just their costumes. So I'm gonna go back and print a bunch of photos from when they were little, but this is something that I had in mind and I really wanted to work with, and it was pictures from 2020. And my kids never really dress up as anything spooky, but this year my oldest was a witch and my little one was a vampire. So I really wanted to use this kit to document that. I do like that the kit has a bunch of orange and pink and aqua colors because, like I said, they never dress up as anything spooky. I use some dies from Momenta to create these. I thought they looked like tomb-ish. They're just big labels, which I don't mind. They look so cute. Those flourishes at the corners are actually from a die that I got at the dollar store, a Dollar Tree. I don't know how I feel about it. I do like how they turn out in this mini layout because I'm gonna do a 6x8 layout, and then I'm gonna do a 6x8 that has 3x4 photos. And I'm using the Mono Aqua liquid glue to glue these very detailed die cut. Is the best adhesive for that. If you use the green one, it's gonna maybe spill out and then it dries tacky, and you don't want that sticking to either the other page or photo or page protector. The kit came with this really cute small doilies, and I love them. And also the holiday kit came with doilies too, and you can see that very long unboxing on my channel. I really wanted to use that bat background. The great thing about having the option of digital is that if later I want to use this pattern, I can just print it and work with that. And I'm gonna put a square in the middle with these transparencies, and I love how they look once they're printed in those transparencies. I think it's so fun. I can't use my guillotine, so I'm gonna use my Cricut trimmer to cut that out. And this album is gonna be really layered. Not the album, well, probably the album, but this layout. It's gonna be really layered, gonna have lots of elements. And I'm using my Tombow Mono Air Touch adhesive. It's pretty strong. I also could use the Tombow Extreme adhesive, which is for very hard surfaces. And these transparencies, it has one side that it has more grit to it, and the other one is very slick. So when I glue down photos, I am gonna have to use the extreme adhesive. And I'm trying to not use the 3D foam tape, even though I absolutely love it and I was so tempted to use it. But since it's gonna be an album that's gonna have so far 13 years of photos and costumes and stuff like that, I felt that it was gonna take a lot of space already, so I don't need extra bulk in my layouts. And I love this costume, it's so cute. She did look like a little vampire. I know she used to suck my energy, so it's not that far from reality. And I also love the little bats, and I'm going to use a few throughout the layout. I read this quote that says, I'm going to get a bite to drink, and I thought that it was so fun for a vampire layout. However, I think I was missing a few letters from the black, so I'm going to bring in some purple and pink of the same foam alphas. The black ones are the ones that come in the Mischief and Mayhem kit, but I also have other colors. And here you can see them starting to mix, and I went back and switched a few. And maybe if I had that idea before, I could have moved the moon a little bit more to the right, and it would have fit maybe a little better, but I'm happy with the outcome. And I wanted to add a little cluster underneath the word drink. So I always divide my die cuts into bigger die cuts that are sprinkles, like the little leaves, the candy corn, stuff like that. Then I have others that are for journaling, and I include my labels in there too. So it's easier to find, and I use to divide them and organize an organizer from Dollar Tree, but I also have these star one that I got from Target, and I got it after the holiday season was over, and it was like a quarter, so that was a really good deal. And I love these stickers, so I wanted to use a few of the sprinkles, and I'm going to use the labels that are on the back of that sheet. This kit also comes with these Prima stickers that go perfect with the kit, and I really wanted to use them. And I'm using these tweezers from Cricut because sometimes I feel like my hand blocks, like if I'm trying out a sticker, my hand kind of blocks half of the layout. So this is a little bit so I can stay back and evaluate and overthink my stickering process. And I'm just going to glue the middle of that bat and bend the wings a little bit so it kind of has a little bit of dimension. And here are these gorgeous labels. I am crazy about those. I needed an apostrophe for the I'm, so I cut that out from an X. I don't even use that letter that much, so it works out perfect. I'm gonna use this ink from Ranger. I think it's called Majestic Purple, to stamp the date. I'm excited about using purple. I don't get to use purple in scrapbooking very often, and there's like a hint of purple in the vampire color, and I also painted her lips purple. She went through a phase that she thought she was a witch, so vampire is not that far off. And I was debating, I really wanted to add a journaling spot, and I was like, where am I gonna add it? Do I add a tag or something like that? And I was like, I'm just gonna make something on the other side and add the journaling there. So I'm using the stamps from the Mischief and Mayhem stamp set, and I'm just going to write Vampires 2020. This was in 2020, and even though we didn't go out to trick or treat, they still wanted to dress up, and we did other Halloweeny related activities. And I thought that since it was election year, I thought that Vampires 2020 would be funny. And I love that Ghouls Just Want to Have Fun card. And then I'm going to do a shaker pocket because I love a shaker pocket. And I love my quick pick tool. If you don't have one and you like to glue a bunch of little items, I totally recommend that you get one. They are awesome. And I wanted to add some stamping to this card before I started writing on it. And I just wanted to layer some stars on top of the spider webs it already had. And I thought about stamping the date, but then I wanted to stamp, I believe it's All Hallows Eve. And whenever I get a new stamp, I like to use an eraser. Stamps usually have like a layer on top that is like very slick, it's very new. So I like to erase it to kind of remove it. Then I add ink, then I wipe it, and I actually ink it and then stamp on the card. I'm using a Tombow Twin Tone purple to write my journaling. And I love the page protectors from the Citrus Twist Kids albums, the Life Crafted albums. They're so clear but sturdy. They're amazing. Like, my favorite for the big albums are the Scrapbook.com ones, and these little ones for these stamps are perfect. And I wanted to use some of these polymer clay stars, but I also have quite a few mixes of sequin mixes, and I have them in these bottles that I keep in my bookshelf. I don't know if you follow me. Every holiday I put the core on my bookshelf, and right now it has like Halloween decorations, and one of the little boxes is like a witch, kind of like a witch space. So these are like little potions that I like to add, and I wanted to add a little bit of extra pink to match the layout. And this is the thing that I love about making my own sequin mixes. I have a color palette, and this one was very purple and white. But then if I am working on a layout at the moment, I can just go in and add a little bit of orange, a little bit of pink. And I have a video that I made last year about Halloween sequin mixes if you want to know how I make them, my inspiration, and my process. And a bunch of times I just keep mixing and adding a little bit. Sometimes I mix it in a little container before I go to the page protector, but here I thought it was fine. You always, when you do it directly on the page protector or the container, you want to add a little bit of that extra color, because orange and purple can be a little tricky. It's not an analogous combination, it's not complementary, so it could have been tricky, but it turned out really pretty and it matches the card next to it perfectly. And I love how this turned out, and I love this idea for this album, and I'm gonna be adding, pictures of them as very little kids here and there, so stay tuned for that. It's not a project that I want to finish this year, it's not a priority, but it's something that I'm going to keep working on it throughout the years possibly. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This was so much fun to make. Thank you so much for watching. Have an awesome day. Bye.